Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm just going to make a quick adjustment. Okay. Welcome to the Uncle John Show, everybody. Welcome to the show. Salutations, as they say. So, as a person who was a mediator, or a person who studied things related to accounting and law and economics and everything else, I figured I would tell you a little bit of a story. So I had a place in Columbus Circle, and I had a friend named Howard Peterson. Now, he had a gun and badge. He was a United States Marshal. And he had friends that were marshals and sheriffs and etc. So, Mr. Spector and Michael Suvereau, who was at Parker Wakeman and these other firms, just like Mr. Parker, if he was alive, he wasn't alive at the time, but there are things that I'm going to explain to you people, ladies and gentlemen, because it has to do with things related to the Holy Scriptures, the Torah, and the EMT, and etc. Okay, so I was a member of the Bellmore Fire Department. It's a volunteer organization. I did stuff with the American Red Cross, the cancer associations, meaning doing research, development, promoting on things for the New York Blood Center, meaning that my mother, she worked at a blood donor room at Newmick. My mother Mabel worked at the blood donor room in Newmick, so she had to testify, meaning she had to talk about certain things with her friends and coworkers who are nurses. I did stuff with the Nursing Association, meaning I had to speak to people like, not Martha Rogers, because she's an older lady, she passed away, but I had to speak to people that were nurses that had to understand certain rules and regulations. So, I'm going to reference something. So, you have to understand something from an EMT point of view. They use the ABCs, ladies and gentlemen. They use the ABCs. Everything in life is about an alphabet system. All of this stuff is all referenced. They have to have the proper equipment, stethoscope, blood pressure. They have to have the right machine, the AED, in case of a heart attack, a stroke. They have to use the hazardous material warnings. They have to keep a copy of the DOT emergency response guide handy. So things related to this has to do with things related similar to the Penal Code, everybody. Similar to the Penal Code. So, I'm just going to tell you the Penal Code number with robbery. I'm going to look it up in the system, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with me. New York Penal Code robbery. Uh, 160, everybody. 160. Now I'm going to the New York State Senator. Okay, 160. Okay, I'm going to section Article 160, everybody. Article 160. Robbery is forcible stealing. A person forcibly stealing property and commits robbery when in the course of committing larceny, he uses threats the immediate use of physical force upon another person for the purpose of, and it goes further with that discussion. So, that's the definition. It's like the definition of what a hate crime is. That's a person that's against, anti-Semitic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, black people are Jewish as well. Jewish means that everybody, Semitic, Sumerian, or Phoenician, or people back in the day, we're all mixed race. We're not Caucasian. Irish person can be considered black in their own way because you have to look at the skin color and etc. The police departments had organizations in the city like Nassau and Suffolk County where they have an Irish brotherhood, an Italian brotherhood, a black brotherhood of police officers and etc. This is all things I learned from the Benevolent Association, not just in the Bellmore Fire Department, but in the FDNY and the New York City Police Department. This is why it's all related to this, because Dr. McHyman, who was my doctor at the time, I had to transfer to a new doctor because she was busy all the time. She explained, you can't have a cell count, a white count of 7. This had to be explained to me on because I had learned things as an EMT. I was just a student. After you pass those exams, you get a certificate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those certificates are not in my room anymore. They're either the police has it or the universities. They had to, they have to safeguard that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have to safeguard all of this stuff. I had everything locked up. My door literally has a lock to it. I had to have a lock. So I asked the police department, I brought it up. And the police said to me, John, keep the records from the Santander Bank and these other banks and submit it and just say that you talked to the police and the detective and they feel that this is a federal matter, not just a state matter. It's a federal and state matter. And you have to speak to the managers. So that's what I did. I went to the Santander branch. I asked the one of the representatives, can I have 2 business cards? I went to Chase. I spoke to the manager. Can I have 2 business cards? And all I'm going to do is present it in workers' comp and Social Security. And I'm going to be I'm not going to get in trouble. Those people that are scammers are going to get in trouble because you can't, Mr. Zuckerberg and most of those people who founded Facebook, they condone it. And if you're a reference to any of this matter, they will ban you. You can get banned, Kim Kardashian. If you're hiding evidence in a criminal investigation, Kim, you can get banned from the bank. They can put you on a blacklist or a red list. I've seen that happen. Not what they did to Mr. Kanye West, but what some of these people got blacklisted from some certain banks because they committed scams like Paige Thompson and etc. So that's what I have to say to you, Kim. You sent me email. I need what do you need me? What exactly, Kim Kardashian? Do you need help from me? I need help from you because you need to go start explaining to Mr. Stanton and his relatives where some of this money is. Meaning it's not your fault, but they're going to suspect you if you're hiding evidence. And you can't hide evidence in a criminal or civil investigation because the courts are going to need to know as well. So this is what I have to say in regards to this hate speech or the word hate. Listen, the synagogue of Satan, they use those words, Satan, and they worship the devil and they praise the devil. So ladies and gentlemen, to YouTube, you can't praise evilness. I took the course. Ladies and gentlemen, I was Mark Rubenstein. This is my placard. ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mark Rubenstein. This is my little placard I converted. I converted because I wanted to take this stuff seriously. You see this yarmulke? It's not just that. It's anything in general. You can do both sides. You can talk about both sides. Rabbis can talk about Judaism, Christianity, or etc. Any common person can talk about either side. And everybody has an opinion, and you have a right to your opinion. So take care, guys. Take care. Mr. Kanye West, I'm rooting for you. Hopefully you have a pleasant and wonderful day. Travis Barker, drumming out. Thank you, Kourtney Kardashian, for this thought of encouragement of helping me decide to make the Uncle John show fun again. Thank you. Take care. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.